Okay, so is this me? Do I sound good? Testing.
Yeah, you sound
testing. Talk.
Yo, hey, what's up?
Okay, we sound great.
Do I just hit record?
This is a rat's nest. Like, you are not lying.
It's a fucking. It's. Have you ever looked up what a?
Holy shit.
Have you ever looked at a? Oh God, a rat king. What a rat king is?
No.
So during the plague, I should be recording this right now.
This is insane.
Is this recording?
Yeah, but like.
We're recording.
All right.
We're recording?
All right, we're in. Yeah, we're in.
Okay,
Fuck
we're in.
it.
During the plague, the Great Plagues of Europe.
Well, hold on. We have to do an intro before we go into the plagues of Europe. I mean, which is like upon the first.
Sorry, my mouth moves faster.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the plagues of today. Not to the, what did you say? The plagues
of the Great Plagues of Europe.
The plagues of yesteryear. Welcome back. We are joined by a lovely sign that we have. Like, we're kind of feeling ourselves a little bit. I'm feeling myself.
Yarmles?
Yeah, Yarmles, thank you. I don't know his first name, which I feel really stupid for not knowing.
We're going to hang with him.
We're going to hang with him because he's moving here.
He's moving
with his
here.
girlfriend, I think. And
And they seem very, like, cool and, like, trad. They're always, like, hiking and shit.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing person. I have no idea, like, what I did to deserve just, like, and the packaging he did was insane. Thank you. This is so cool. There's an adjustable light. I'm going to do it with the lights on one day so you guys can, like, fully
Who's
see
got
it.
Allen wrenches hanging around? Because Yarmles does. He's got spare Allen wrenches to give out to people. It was like IKEA.
I was so honored when he said he would make me a sign. It was
he seems
exciting.
He's like a master carpenter.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him.
He makes, like, incredible furniture. Yeah. I'll link his Instagram and everything below. He makes, like, beautiful handmade things with
Very beautiful wood.
Is that a woodworker or woodcrafter?
A carpenter.
Carpenter. Wasn't Jesus a carpenter?
Jesus was a carpenter, as was his father Joseph.
Well, he never made me a sign. So
Jesus made a lot of things.
Just saying. I know he's done a lot of great things for society. Never made me a podcast sign. Okay.
No.
So
he made this podcast possible.
Okay.
For Christ, all things happen.
Right. Whatever.
For Christ, all things happen.
Yeah. But thank you very much for the sign. We're very excited. Back to why were we talking about the plagues of Europe? I think it's because we're talking about a rat nest.
We have a rat's nest of wires underneath this table, and it reminded me, and I'm going to shock you. I'm going to shock your little head off.
Oh, please.
I'm going to look up.
Guest.
So, back in the day.
Been waiting to be shocked.
Yes.
Been waiting all fucking year to be shocked.
Somebody just send you a video of like a guy like stabbing like a cow to death or something, and you'd be like,
no, okay. I didn't hang out with school shooters. Like, what? And I'm from Texas.
During the plagues of Europe.
No girl with the last name Rat King. It's one word though.
Yes, you see this thing?
Darla. Very cool name.
You see that thing?
I met her at Jumbo's Clown Room. I haven't talked to her since, but she's.
Do you see that thing?
That's horrific, and I'm.
No.
We're not putting that on. That's horrific. I don't even want to look at that. I'm going to throw up. John's like entire express purpose is to make me just as horrified as possible.
So
like
back
off
in the day,
top.
you'd have
he just showed me like a picture of rats that are like dead. Huddled up.
Well, what happens is there was such a high congregation of rats that their tails would be entangled in shit.
Jesus, John,
and it would turn into a ball of live rats called a rat king. It was like a tumbleweed of rats.
This is what I mean when he's a saboteur. Like, he says, like, what could I say that could be the most absolutely off-putting and vibe-killing? And we started off so lovely, all grateful for somebody. Now we're talking about rat shit.
Rat kings. I want you to know that while your ancestors were like, inventing math and like washing their hands and shit, my ancestors are down in the nitty-gritty. Okay, they were dealing with tumbleweeds
swinging
of rats.
From branches.
Swinging from branches. Throwing their shit in the street, tumbleweeds of rats going down. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, no, screaming at the top of their lungs, at nothing in particular, just a tree stump or something.
When SpongeBob goes back in time to caveman SpongeBob?
Yeah, exactly. No, he's way more developed, way more.
I'm caveman SpongeBob.
You're what?
Caveman SpongeBob.
I don't understand. How are you, caveman SpongeBob?
I'm just that's my vibe.
All right. I'm Sandy. I'm from Texas.
I'm
the squirrel,
indeed.
and I would wear like a face covering if I was in the ocean, just as like a
Sandy was like
protection.
On a mission. She was in an astronaut outfit.
Wasn't she a lesbian squirrel? Sandy was a lesbian, right? From SpongeBob.
I don't know.
I always assumed. First of all, Sandy is a very lesbian name.
Dyke, yeah.
I've known like 3 lesbians named Sandy. Actually, and one who's a very pretty model, who's very sweet.
Never met anybody named Sandy, but she was in like a spacesuit. Like, who sent her there? She was on a mission.
I don't know. Greg Abbott. Somebody from my home state. What's his name? The old damn, why is his name escaping me? Rick holy shit. He was our oh my god, what an embarrassing blunder I just had. He ran for president in a really embarrassing campaign.
Bob Dole.
No. Rick, dude, he was our governor forever.
Rick Rubin.
No. Like, oh my god, other people, the first thing that pops up, Rick Perry. Why did that escape me? Dude, he was my governor for so long.
Yeah, he was like
not my governor, actually. I don't know. I mean, he was like an idiot, but he was good looking.
Yeah.
Extremely good looking. He looks just like Josh Brolin, actually.
He looks like Josh Brolin. You know how we're
hot.
Have you seen Brad Pitt's brother?
No.
His name's like Chad Pitt or something.
Chad Pitt. Is that true?
I don't know. Brad Pitt's brother.
I know Michael Pitt. Brad Pitt's brother. I don't think that's him. God, we're talking about so many different things right now. But Brad Pitt's brother.
Yeah, Doug Pitt. Yeah, Doug Pitt.
Doug. Can you imagine?
Yeah, he's like the Doug Pitt to Rick Perry is the Doug Pitt to Josh Brolin.
It's so sad because this guy's not bad looking at all.
He's insanely good looking.
Doug Pitt's like very attractive, but it doesn't matter. His life will always be under the shadow of.
He'd be the hottest guy in like your like town of 50,000 people in Texas. He'd be like
sure.
He'd be like fucking he'd be fucking like.
But Rick Perry would have
a 17-year-old.
I don't know. So why are we talking about Texas? Oh, SpongeBob. Yeah, Sandy was a lesbian. Sandy was a lesbian, I think.
Is that canon? Do we know this for a fact?
I don't know that, but I've always speculated. And let me see. Like, what if I just Google that? Was Sandy?
I fucking guarantee they made her a lesbian in the past 5 years.
Oh yeah.
They probably made her trans. Patrick Starr's trans. Patrick Starr's they them.
Yeah, no. I mean, Sandy's running for the first trans president. In this case, a sexuality has been explicitly assigned to all the show's characters. The show's creator has said SpongeBob and all the other characters are asexual.
That's sick.
That's
actually.
A little extreme.
That's based. That's
so
cool.
No,
that's
Sandy
cool
Cheeks is asexual, not a lesbian. We all know that's not true. We all know he says that so that we can assign a sexuality to the characters as we see fit, as the audience sees fit, and everyone knows SpongeBob is gay.
No,
he's a little twink.
All of them are asexual.
SpongeBob's a little twink.
That's the most base thing you could do because you know all this guy. He's probably like in his 60s. He's probably made these characters up for kids. He's tired of all these fucking retards on the internet being like Sandy's gay, SpongeBob's gay, and he gets in front of I guarantee you he was in front of a conference of like nerds and somebody. My dad, when he was like in his like late 20s, went to a Gumby convention.
Yes, Gumby. That's the green.
Yes,
the green one.
The green one, Gumby. And his horse, what was his horse's name?
I never watched this show.
Gumby had a horse. And my father stood up and raised his hand, and the man who created Gumby said, "Yes, you." My father said, "Is it true that Gumby and the horse were in a homosexual relationship?"
The horse?
The horse, yeah.
The horse is gay.
It's Gumby. No, it's all made up. The guys cussed my dad out of the building.
Dude, your dad's so cool for that. Yeah. That rocks.
My dad was constantly heckling people in the 70s.
Awesome.
He was always like accidentally doing PCP and shit. He was like a hippie.
Yeah, no, that's incredible.
But yeah, I'm sure this guy was at a convention and somebody was like, is SpongeBob gay? And he just got fucking tired of it. And he's like, no, they're all asexual.
They're all asexual. Yeah. No, it's not true. SpongeBob is absolutely gay. Everybody knows that. Squidward, closet. Like, definitely gay, but closet.
Oh, if anyone was gay, it'd be Squidward. He plays a fucking clarinet.
But he's closeted. Wait, who plays the flute? Doesn't one of them I played the flute growing up.
No.
Doesn't one of them play the flute?
Were you good at playing the flute?
I was first chair every week, with the exception of 2 weeks. Yeah.
Dude, the connection between you and Lizzo is getting stronger.
And guess what else? Shut the. Hey, that's really fucked up to say, John. That's extremely mean. That's
not
so
saying
mean.
You're what?
I'm 800 pounds. That's so cool. Thank you. No, thank you. First the rat's nest. Now I'm morbidly obese. And annoying.
No, you're very thin.
And annoying.
Congratulations.
And I yell at Uber Eats. Actually, probably the coolest thing she ever did was yell at Uber Eats. Somebody should yell at them for the ghost kitchens.
Anyway,
but that's not why.
First chair.
First chair. Yeah, and I was chosen actually by I hated my band director, Miss North. She was so mean. I liked her at first because she told me I was really talented.
Then she went whiplash on your ass.
Like, dude, for real though. Like, she went really hard on me, which was fucked up because it's like I was the best. And I didn't even have lessons. Everybody else had private lessons because our band was nationally ranked. So, and again, I didn't even do it in high school because it's like social suicide. So I just did it in junior high. And then at the end, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. But I quit, not even because it was uncool, because I would never quit just for that reason. I liked playing it. I did it to spite her because she was like telling me like, you're for sure going to join next year, freshman year. I was like, no, not at all. You're a witch.
Oh,
like,
you were in middle school?
I hate you. Yeah. And I was going into high school and I quit. But she said, well, you'd be playing piccolo. You'd be the one to play piccolo because only one person gets to play piccolo.
All I know is the Dragon Ball Z character. What the fuck is a piccolo?
Piccolo is a tiny flute. It's harder to I think it's harder to play. One person gets chosen to play piccolo of all the flautists.
Can you play jazz flute? Like that's the coolest flute.
I mean, I was 14. I don't think I learned jazz stylings. But she was J.K. Simmons without the swag, without the she was just really
J.K. Simmons is like a straight up daddy.
He's so cool. He's so cool. She was just mean, and I hated her. And I was probably being dramatic, but I didn't want to do the marching part. Like, I was fine just sitting like a dignified person and playing my instrument, but I was like, I'm not going to march for some football team.
Gay.
Well, and that's the other reason. It was
cool.
Like I did it to spite
dress
her.
like you're in MCR and fucking
right. Well, because then I tried to be like, is there a way that I can do it and not do that part? Yeah. Actually, that might have been the reason. Maybe it wasn't to spite her, but it was both. I remember it being both.
It's embarrassing.
I refused to wear that outfit.
You gotta wear the fucking,
can you imagine wearing that outfit in the sweltering heat in Texas?
You look like you're at the Battle of Waterloo. You're fucking walking around.
Yeah, the middle of summer. You're sitting there learning your steps. Fuck you. I don't care about this football game.
I have a video for you you're gonna love, and it's very related to this. But real quick before I do that, little birdie told me you were a phenomenal singer as well.
Oh. What? Who's this? What?
You go, huh?
Who's this birdie?
Who's this birdie? Who do you think?
I don't know.
Who's your boyfriend? Here.
Oh. He doesn't know shit.
He doesn't know shit?
No. Everyone says he's a great singer. He's not bad.
He's okay.
He's aight. We're all okay.
This is like my favorite. Here we go. All right, we're gonna pause this.
I thought my friend Amanda messaged you or something. I was like,
yes,
what?
Amanda.
I was like,
told me you're an amazing singer. Here. All right, this is my favorite. How do I pull this up on? How do I pull this up on full screen?
I thought you were gonna say full send.
Full send. Well, I
don't know. You just kind of zoom. Yeah.
No, it's not even on the thing. Okay, there we go. Oh. Uh-oh. How do we get it in the right corner?
It doesn't matter.
Well, how do we full screen it?
I mean, it's full. You can't really full screen a vertical video like this because it's it's Instagram.
Right, zoom in a little bit. This is like my favorite. This was like my favorite video last year.
Oh, I can move it actually if you want to. If you want to move it,
move it. Move it to the corner.
That's a good idea. I see what you mean now. It looks aesthetically not where we want it. There we go. Much better.
Good shit.
Back to our scheduled programming.
But you can make
Sean
it
kills
all
this.
The way
Did you just do this on purpose?
Because marching band. Yeah, this is like my favorite viral video of like 2 years ago.
All right, let's see.
But I transfer school on these folks. Stop playing. Oh, toes on the balls of your feet. Stop playing, boy.
What the hell is this?
With the brothers. Break down. Chick. Woo! Look at that boy John. But stop playing.
This rocks, dude. This is the gayest band of all time, but they're really talented.
No, so apparently this is a really, really intense marching band in New Orleans.
I was gonna say it's Louisiana, like 100%.
For sure, New Orleans.
It's definitely Louisiana.
And the guy who leads the marching band is the one white kid in school, in like an all black school.
Oh.
And they made like a documentary about him, and it's like fascinating. And there's all these
little
videos.
Blue-eyed soul.
Yes, there's all these videos of him in like fucking like New Orleans, like during like Jeff Davis High marching. It's like it like gets you pumped up, dude. Look at there's that boy John.
Yeah. That boy John.
They're crazy. It looks so fun.
No, it looks really cool. Actually.
I love high school marching bands. Like shit like this is like look at the swag they got. They got staffs.
If well, so far they're just doing little squats.
African Americans are the most amazing people on earth.
Okay, I have to cut that out.
Why?
It just is so weird to even say African American, and then to just say that is so weird. That's insane. What's wrong with you?
Look at that boy John.
Stop.
Look at him go.
Stop.
Look at that boy John.
No, everyone's amazing and talented. The boy John's white.
You would have
right?
to be, yeah.
Thank God.
You'd have to be in the background there, like doing this, playing the piccolo or something.
Yeah.
Let's go that boy John.
Okay, honestly, they're not doing a whole lot as of right now.
Here we go.
Okay.
Look at him go. Woo, woo. Oh my God.
This is a little insane.
It's crazy. It's very. Oh, look at him go.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's kind of crazy. Toot that thing up, shorty.
He's got a shit ton of Riz.
I mean, he's got like a moderate amount of Riz. I don't know that he should be leading.
Well, he was chosen.
Okay.
You know, like it wasn't easy for that boy John. But here he is. All right, let's go this part, and then we'll be off this. What happens here?
I mean, first of all, why are they in the parking lot?
Because they're marching through the whole damn school. Because that boy John has to let them know what's up. Let him go.
God.
Oh my God, he's like Spider-Man.
Woo! I don't know about this. He's fine.
There's much more impressive ones of going to New Orleans, like people like running out on the street to grab that boy John. How many views does this have,
and how many of them are yours?
So many.
Oh, okay, 3.2 million.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that boy John for a while. I was like that. I was following this kid's career as a marching band leader,
pretending that you were him because you have the same name.
Yeah, so I looked
John's
like
if I was a gay leader of a marching band.
If I was the homosexual leader of a marching band in a all-black high school in New Orleans.
And I knew how to dance to Missy Elliott songs.
I knew how to like get on the ground and like do this. But there is you know what else I've been inserting myself in?
John just dreams about popping his pussy in front of the whole high school.
Yep.
He just wants to pussy pop at the assembly.
Dude, I just want to pop it
in front of everybody.
You know what else?
Like, how about I pop my pussy for the pep rally?
I'm gonna pop
for morale.
I'm gonna make that into a T-shirt. It's gonna say "Pop your my pussy" for the pep rally.
Yeah. That boy John pops his pussy.
Have you? People tell me I look like Giovanni Ribisi.
You know you do actually. Yeah. Holy shit! I never even thought about that.
I was watching the Waco, the new season of the Waco show, and he's the defense attorney for all the Branch Davidians, and I kept inserting myself into that courtroom, just being like, "I'm defending these people for their lives."
You have the best forms of narcissism. You have the best bouts of narcissism. Because they're based in pure entertainment for others, I think. And in that way, it's noble. Actually, it's really for yourself, but we end up being entertained by it because it's so delusional.
Yeah, I'm not like a narcissist where I like put people down.
No.
You know, I'm like,
no,
I don't even like the term narcissist. I just have a big ego. Narcissist is like criminal and weird and creepy.
No,
like,
we're all narcissists to a degree.
Yeah, we're all on the spectrum.
Certainly.
I'm fun. I'm on the narcissist spectrum.
Yeah.
I go on reality shows.
I like John's form of narcissism because he'll just like insert his soul into somebody else's life
humble.
For a moment. Yeah.
I'm extremely humble.
I'm the most humble person on the entire
I'm the most humble person ever. Okay.
Dude, I was born with humility.
Humility is my middle fucking name.
I'm the Jesus Christ of humility. I actually killed my own humility so that all the rest of you could be humble. But or so the rest of you can be narcissists.
Yeah, I've gotten Giovanni Ribisi.
I'm humble so you can be egotistical.
I've gotten Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, totally. I see that. I definitely see.
My big cheeks.
Yeah, I don't know why that never occurred to me, but you absolutely do.
Somebody told me.
And what's his sister? Isn't his sister like a famous actress as well?
No, look it up.
No, I know she is. I just don't know what her name is. But
put an emo back on.
Oh yeah.
Or something. What else we got?
That boy John.
My brain the past week has just been Waco. I watched Beef.
Yeah, why do you keep talking about Waco? What is up with everybody in Waco? It's like you guys aren't even from Texas, and everyone's
the new season's out, and we're all obsessed with the Branch Davidians.
Why is this not working?
You gotta turn up the volume on the show.
I did.
Is I muted on your laptop?
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I don't know.
Turn it up.
I it's not working.
Ida, you doofus.
I'm a doofus?
You're a goddamn doofus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you fix it then if you're so smart. Right.
What the fuck happened?
Fuck if I know.
What'd you do, dude?
I didn't do shit.
Oh, God.
Go back to that boy John. Wait, see if that works. Why is
this is working?
All right, let's put a Nemo here.
Wait, refresh.
We'll just put Nemo where that boy John is. Oh, it's not gonna work. You got to go to that boy John. Oh, he's so much better than me.
Love that boy John.
Yeah, that boy John.
That's the name of the episode. Is that boy John?
No, it's not. You fucking
I'm
wish.
Declaring it now. It's gonna be that boy John.
Yeah, your humble ego would love that, wouldn't it?
Is it that boy John? I'm gonna get that boy John. Hell yeah. This is my favorite Nemo dreamscape, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Coffee shop in the rain. It's always nice. Oldies in the coffee shop. We just wanted to put on like some royalty-free jazz music to like accompany our new sign, but you know,
something that
it's very cool. It's like the Googie architecture from the 50s, mid-century, like an old diner sign, which I love. I fucking love that. Old motel signs, you know. Oof. That's horrific. Thank you. Thanks for that.
We were doing chokes all day today, so my body's sore. But
same. What do you mean?
Something always bothered me about this painting is the jugs of coffee. That's all that's in the diner. You think there'd be more?
Jugs of coffee. Yes, true. There's not a whole lot happening. It's minimalist in a sense. Like they don't want to overwhelm us.
Yeah.
Sensory overload, you know, there's already so much of that in today's society, I would say. I don't know. I have no criticisms of Nemo. I think he's incredible. He lets me play his videos. He doesn't flag me. He doesn't go after me. He doesn't come for me.
He's the man.
He's the man. I don't know who he is, but we love you. You know, yeah, I decided I'm going to take a chill pill. I'm going to take an L-theanine. I'm not going to, like, yell at CEOs that I have no power over. I'm not going to go after algorithms or bots. I'm going to be like extremely well adjusted and chill this episode. I'm going to be just like,
we got the sign.
I'm going to be so hyper rational that it'll blow people's minds.
Doubt that. But
yeah, the night is young.
What's on the docket today?
There's not really a docket. I know that there's because
this is fun. That's my favorite thing.
You like when there's no docket?
I like when there's no docket. I feel like we just catch up.
Yeah, we catch up and it's good, but I should have more of you know, planned, I suppose. But there's a new season of Queer Eye.
Fuck off.
John showed me Queer Eye, so like kind of the inception of our friendship was like learning about furniture.
Me and Ida didn't like. Let's give a little background. Me and Ida, I knew of Ida for like 2 years before I met her.
That's so weird. Is that true?
Well, I was out of town. I wasn't around. I wasn't around for like 2 years. I had my ex-girlfriend, and then I wasn't talking to Devin, and then I moved away.
Hey, you guys were really gonna fight or something for a while. Yeah, where were you though? I was Michigan?
In like Michigan and Atlanta and shit.
Yeah, we didn't. But then when we did meet, we watched Queer Eye. That was kind of our thing, and so then ever since then we've been kicking it. But
we both agree. Bobby's the best. Wait, what do you think anymore?
Oh,
Anthony's a narcissist.
No, he's not, and he should be though. He's so hot.
And I don't buy that he's bisexual.
I buy it. I'll turn him.
Jesus Christ.
I love Anthony. Bobby certainly does the most. Like he carries the brunt. Like so there's 5 gays, right? And I have an idea. Queer Eye for the mean guy because there was an original Queer Eye.
The original Queer Eye was they're all cocksuckers,
which I love.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love that, but you can't really access very many of the episodes. I wonder if we got flagged for it.
Well, they have the best Queer Eye, original Queer Eye is when the Queer Eye groups tried to Queer Eye Artie Lang. Have you seen that?
Yes.
And he's wasted and just calling them fags the entire time.
I think I remember that. Yeah, I have to revisit.
It was wild.
But I do remember Artie Lang being on there. Yeah, it was. So it's 5 gay guys, and they come and they kind of like they take, schlubs or layabouts or lazy people who don't groom themselves, or maybe not. They're not lazy. Maybe they're workaholics and they don't know how to like bathe, or their house is a mess, their life is a mess. They don't know how to date.
Or they're busy parents. And
whatever it might be. They make lean cuisines for their kids, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They come in and they're like, we're going to fix you up. Like, we're going to give your house a makeover. We're going to give your personality a makeover. We're going to give you physically a makeover.
Yeah.
Now it's like the pacification of society has now made it to where the new Queer Eye is actually it's so good.
It's incredible.
It's really good. My only critique is that they're too nice. You can't be too nice when the objective is to take a schlub and like give him dream makeover from inside and outside. I think there needs to be a Biggest Loser element to it. Somebody needs to come in, have some of these people lose some weight, and
what I think happened is that era of gay.
Yeah.
That the original Queer Eye were like fucking like Stonewall Riot gays. Like, don't fuck with me, gays.
Cool
like,
gays
cool
from New
gays.
York,
like,
that
I
did
knew
coke
Harvey
in the
Milk
80s
gay.
and went to underground drag shows that are really funny.
By cops gay.
Yeah.
And then what happened was...
You're Harvey Milk gays.
Yeah, the Harvey Milk gays are mean as fuck. And
but
like,
cool
you know,
as
half
fuck.
their friends are dead from HIV, like crazy, like
they've
nuts.
Been through
they've been through shit. Like, you talk to a gay guy that's in his 70s or 80s, and he has like the demeanor of someone who's been through fucking nom.
Yeah.
Like, but like, you get the millennial gays and the new queer eye, and their whole thing is like, listen, like, love and acceptance.
Right.
Like, so it's honestly like a complete 180 dramatic shift in the gay community. Most gay guys I know are like very nice, like really nice
you
guys.
You can be nice, but have a little grit to you. I think it makes you inherently more interesting. And I think a lot of these guys, like, probably, like, I love all five.
I wouldn't fuck with Jonathan. I know if Jonathan's, dude. No, Jonathan will beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, and Jonathan's amazing, and he adds so much to the show. Like, I'm saying, like, it's amazing that in this climate, they're actually able to deliver such a great product while also being so heartwarming and nice. Yeah. But I do think, like, if there was just, like, an element of just them being a little meaner, like, I forget all their names. There's
Jonathan, there's Bobby, there's Tan, there's fucking, who's the guy who always...
K.
His
name starts with a K.
Karamo,
because he was also in Real Worlds.
Yes,
I watched his season.
In my opinion, Karamo and Anthony are like equally useless. Anthony will teach you how to make a fucking...
You're not wrong.
Anthony stands there, looks hot, and teaches you how to make a Pokeball. And Karamo walks over and goes, love yourself.
That's useful too.
Dude, like, counseling is
food is I just think that they all bring something to the table.
Bobby brings
the most. Yeah, because he redoes your entire house.
Yeah, and Bobby also had a hard fucking... Bobby had
a hard life.
Bobby's edgy. You can see that.
You can see the edge in Bobby. But he doesn't get to showcase it. My point is like the producers probably don't allow... And you could say there's a little edge in Tan too. He kind of wants to be mean sometimes, and you want him to be
Tan's
mean.
The most feminine in my opinion.
Jonathan.
No. I think Tan has more like...
Jonathan literally would like will wear a dress.
I know, but Jonathan does... If you watch how Tan moves and his microaggressions, not microaggressions,
micro movements?
Movements, like, Tan exudes
his
like mannerisms.
Yeah,
Tan has way more feminine mannerisms.
He has a lot of grace. Like, he has just a lot of grace.
Extremely graceful guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I guess we should show them the
Amazing
Fab
skin.
Five. They're called the Fab Five.
Amazing skin.
They're all honestly perfect gays. Like, they really are. They've done an impeccable job casting this show. And Anthony is just like, his body's unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable. The way his arms protrude. I mean, just lean muscle, gorgeous. I love his Instagram stories. I love them.
Anthony has...
I watch all his highlights where he makes soups and stuff in his beautiful kitchen.
He looks like a man whore in ancient Rome. Like, he looks like the most expensive man whore in Rome.
Yeah. I mean, and I think he's like... I think he's an aristocrat. I don't know.
No. Anthony, we looked it up. He's actually... He isn't. He's not a Nepo baby.
He's not. Oh, no, I think
he grew up pretty poor.
Oh, did he?
But you know he's in the highest class of gay communities in the Hamptons and shit.
Yeah, so I mean, are we allowed to play a trailer?
Maybe. But I personally think Bobby's the most handsome.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think Bobby's incredibly handsome, but there's just something about knowing that Anthony's really bi, even though he's like super gay, but whatever.
Anthony fucks women as an afterthought. That's the thing about Anthony is I know Anthony's bi in group sex scenarios only, which is creepy.
So we're gonna just go to a video.
I'm gonna throw that out there right now.
He's doing what now? What did
Anthony when Anthony says he's bi, it's he's bi because he attends orgies. That's what Anthony fucking... I don't think Anthony's just fucking chicks solo.
I don't think he's fucking chicks. I think he's like hanging out with Gigi Hadid and like says he's bi.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to play a trailer? It's fine, right?
Fuck it. If we don't,
we'll blur it. Yeah, but it's like it'd be really cool if we didn't have to do that.
It's in Philly?
I think it's if they're on the news, you can play that.
Just play the trailer. Fuck them.
Yeah, whatever. This
New
is
Orleans?
the new season. Yeah, they have a new season that just dropped. I was telling you. Like,
wait, is it on Netflix now?
Yeah.
Why are we not? Let's watch an episode
We'll
tonight.
watch after, yeah.
That's right. We're doing
I watched 2 yesterday.
They're doing a frat house?
I saw this one. What they did for this frat is unbelievable. Their new home is what Bobby did is unbelievable.
Karamo's like, okay, all the sex you're gonna have from here on out is consensual.
Yeah.
Take that one personally.
Or he tells him to have sex. The new frats probably aren't even having sex.
Become a shell of her former, once confident self.
So
Everybody check their toxic masculinity at the door. You get a makeover. You get a makeover. You get a makeover.
That's Jonathan.
I want a Jonathan makeover.
Yes, honey.
That's him.
I kind of looked myself in the mirror, started crying.
He got shot.
Like I got a little this way.
John.
That's how dudes in the hood end up in wheelchairs.
He might not be from the hood.
How much you want to bet he got shot?
What I'm feeling.
How much you want to bet he got shot?
I'm moving right along.
Your homosexuality.
It has been very, very hard.
Could have been a football injury. It could have been like he bumped into something.
That's better. Football injury.
No.
What?
No, I'm saying he could have fallen. Like something else could have happened. He could have fallen in a pool. People fall in pools, John.
You have opened my soul.
Karamo's wearing a bit too much makeup this season for my taste. Personally, I think he already has such good skin. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, Karamo's a good-looking man.
I've never felt so seen in my whole life.
Okay, maybe I watched 3 episodes. Damn.
Everyone wants to feel special. Everybody wants to feel loved.
Again, Devin watches this more than I do. Like,
Yeah, Devin's obsessed with Queer.
It's the gaspiest of gasps, frankly.
And he puts it on for comfort, like legit. It's. Do you hear my like? Is my voice raspy to you right now?
You really want a raspy voice.
Well, no, because I lost my voice a few days ago, and now it's
the way your voice
mostly
sounded.
back. Yeah, of course. Who doesn't want a little Lauren Bacall rasp?
Just fucking start screaming and singing all day, and you'll have that. Eventually, have it permanently.
Yeah, I'll just sing around town. Okay, but I want to show them the old Queer Eye. The old Queer Eye. And the old one was called Queer Eye for the straight guy.
Yeah.
I want Queer Eye for the mean guy. I want you
to volunteer me on Queer Eye because you know they're going to have a season in LA one day.
Oh, dude.
Get me on Queer Eye.
Fuck yeah.
They'll show up to my apartment. They'll be like, honey.
They'll be like, actually, well, yeah.
They'll be like, you just have soap?
Yeah,
that's all you have?
Soap?
You just have soap? I'm like, yes, I have the tea tree oil, soap, and then the soap.
They'll like throw your canola oil across the room.
Fuck no, I don't use seed oils.
Thank God. I'm
God.
Just saying. I'm
olive
sorry
oil,
to assume the worst.
Olive oil and butter only.
Okay, fair. All right,
I
fair.
use
avocado oil is good too.
It's good too. I use sesame oil for the taste for Asian food.
A little drizzle.
I do it.
Maybe
That's
fine.
what I do. I do mostly olive oil, and then I do like a teaspoon of sesame.
I could be one of the gays. I could be a Fab Five. No, I.
You wish. If I got queer-eyed, it would be so hard to keep you away, but I'd have to.
What do you mean?
Would you be the? Don't they like interview friends?
Oh, I would be.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It would be my whole thing. It would be another Naked and Afraid. If you get on, it's because I'm gonna find the casting director.
I'm trying to get
you
Lucas to get me on 60 Days In.
What is that one?
That's the one where I go to county jail for 60 days.
Oh, that rocks.
Yes, dude.
Dude.
I go to county jail for 60 days.
60 days?
Yeah, for 60 days. I get paid way more. I get paid way more. No, you just got to be like, John will be back in 60 days. And while I'm in county jail, I have to figure out where the drugs are coming from, and I rat on everybody.
Okay, but do you die? Like, you could die.
No, they pull me out if danger happens, but like, I'm good. I'll be fine. I'll just hang out with the racists.
Can you film it?
It's all filmed.
Can you? Oh.
It's all, that's the fucking reality show is county jail, and it's all filmed, and I'm in there undercover.
No phone? You can't have a phone?
I can call people on the county jail phone. You can't have phones in jail.
You're going to go nuts without a phone.
No, I'll be fine. I'll have my boys.
It'll be like actually like a good rehab for you to not have a phone for 60 days would be probably
I'll get like
really
a little
good
TV
for the brain.
I know I'll have money on my books, number one.
Yeah,
you guys will be fine. I'm gonna have enough
your
honey
commissary is gonna be like he's gonna be eating so much ramen. You're gonna be the only person that goes into jail and gains weight.
No, I'm gonna come out with a bunch of new tattoos. I'm gonna be jacked. I'm gonna be like 60 days. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna be doing burpees all day. Okay. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna be like, I don't talk to women.
You're gonna actually turn into a Luddite, which is like what you could sometimes fancy yourself, but you're not. So this is the theme.
Gay Street.
Oh wait, they use the same theme song for the original. I didn't even realize that.
The creator of the original is the showrunner of the new one too.
Really?
Yeah. There's like
so he made a decision. He's like, we're going mean to nice.
Guess what?
To accommodate the climate.
Guess what type of gay the creator is?
OG heroin chic.
Fucking bear.
Really?
Bear, big silverback bear.
Damn, I would not have thought that. I would have thought like a tan like gay.
Shredded, dude.
Like
maybe 215 pounds shredded, dude.
Jesus.
Big, maybe in his late 50s,
Roids?
early 60s. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm about to get on, by the way.
So, wait, what?
I'm going to do roids. I made my mind up.
Whatever.
I'm getting on gear.
I can't even. Okay. Oh, the original one was on Bravo. Interesting. Yeah, the new one's Netflix.
That's the gay show. That's the gay show.
No, yeah. Also, so is fuck. What's the other one?
Fuck.
We know what it is.
It's got the exclamation mark.
It's not like okay. It's like it's
MSNBC.
It's been
I'm so sorry.
long. It's been so. It's fine. We're not gonna kill you for coughing. What was it? What was it? Yes, for broadcasting. Welcome to the Tonight Show. Welcome to 60 Minutes.
God, it's gonna kill me because I know what it is.
I know what it is too, but I can't remember. I used to watch it all the time. They do reruns of Roseanne.
L Word.
Yeah. Fuck. What is it?
Gay channel.
Yeah, and it
Gay
wasn't
channel
like
on TV.
Logo.
It was Logo.
Logo is gay too, but no, there was another one. That's not what I was thinking of. Billy on the Street was on it for a while. Let me look that up.
Here TV.
No.
Queer streaming service.
Billy on the Street was originally on shit. What was it? True TV.
True TV was not gay, dude.
Yes,
True
it
TV
was.
played fucking cold case files and shit. True TV was just
gay people can enjoy an episode
True
of
TV,
Cold Case
True TV
Files.
had fucking True TV had fucking the new cops on it. What was it called?
So
Live PD. That was True TV. True TV was just reality shows.
Right.
A True TV. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
for
You
gay
thought that was
people.
gay? No, it was for
Of
everybody.
course it was gay.
Why would gay people like Cold Case Files in the first 48?
For the same reason they like reality shows. It's to pass the time.
Have you watched Cold Case Files?
No, I'm not
It's
gay.
the best.
Jesus fuck. Very good, Ida. You got me.
See? God, these are so good. They're like
You're welcome.
Pedialites or something. Yeah, thank you.
I can't believe I forgot Devin's drink. I feel
It's
bad.
important that you got mine.
I know.
This is okay. You know what I like? They taste all minerally, like you're a baby, like getting nutrients from chemicals.
Gatorlight's good. Gatorlight's good. Gatorlight Zero is very good. If you're getting a fucking sports drink
That's
and
what
you
this
get it
is,
with
right?
sugar in it,
It's
rethink your life.
thank God it's
Seriously, if you're honestly drinking drinks with sugar in them, rethink your fucking life.
You're totally fine because you're listening to the show. So you keep doing you, honey. You do whatever you want to do.
I'm doing the mean queer
I'm gonna
eye
be
thing.
the new queer eye where I'm gonna be like, you love yourself and you love
a
your
Dr.
body
Pepper.
and you're beautiful and like you're not 800 pounds and you are so pretty.
Yeah.
No, but that's kind of what the new one is, where it's like, yesterday there was this woman, I mean, bless her heart, she was a little fat, you know, and that's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, you just, you know, but she was very sad. She was very, very insecure about her weight. And that was one of the things that she would tell them.
Yeah.
And instead of being like,
How many extra pounds do you think? Like 20, 30?
it wasn't severe. Like, she really was a pretty girl. Like, and it really wasn't that bad. Like,
There's some beautiful big girls out there.
but she wasn't even that big. But she was insecure about her weight, and she was kind of getting older, and she wanted to have a baby, and you know, she wasn't
gotta lose weight if
dating,
you
and
wanna
she
have a
was
baby.
in that cycle that I think many women find themselves in, and I sympathize with them. It's just where you find yourself eating, you know, lean cuisines, and you know, you're a teacher. She was a high school principal, and so she was really wrapped up in her life.
You
and
were in that stage one point? What were you
no,
trying to
no,
say?
not me, but I.
You're
No.
eating lean cuisines and
No,
overweight?
I
and a high
was
school
eating
teacher?
lean cuisines.
Then you wanted a baby?
I would never teach a high school. I would never teach.
If you're a
Ever.
teacher, you would
Can you
leave.
imagine me as a teacher?
You would just leave.
I tutored people for a little bit, and I was like, "This is not for me." I was like, "This is
Yeah.
so not for me." I had no patience.
Yeah.
I had none whatsoever. But actually, I did. But I didn't like that I was patient. I was like, I want to be meaner. I wanted to be meaner than I was, but I, you know.
Yeah, it's the Middle Eastern.
Yeah, it's just, you know, what are you going to do? So, and it didn't pay shit. And I was like, what am I going to teach these kids about, like,
How do I teach
history?
these
I
kids?
barely know about history. What the fuck am I
Oh, you
called?
tutored history?
Yeah, in English. It was.
Oh, I could kill that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the subjects I was good at, but I wasn't going to tutor math. But I probably could have and gotten away with it because they'll just let anyone tutor. I was like, you're going to let me tutor? And then the kids were so annoying that I was like, Jesus, I can't do this anymore. But, you know, she just was like out of shape, and she wanted to get in shape, seemingly, like so that she could increase her chances of getting a date and being desired. And she had to like write all of her insecurities on a mirror. It's also so exploitative.
That's weird.
It was a good exercise. No, I know when you hear it, it sounds really bad, right?
There's like crash psychology, and that's kind of it. And crash psychology or crash therapy is very equal to like brainwashing, in my opinion.
Well, telling you to say your insecurities out loud and then defeat them.
They did
I don't
that
think
to
that's
me
that crazy.
in fucking Catholic school. They'd take us out in the woods and they'd be like, tell the group the worst thing that ever happened to you.
Okay, well, that's psychotic. That's not what this is. This is like...
we'd all start crying and shit.
No, this was like fears about yourself. And one of them that I thought was really honest and interesting was that she had to write... It's like taking a girl with a lipstick and writing on her mirror.
Yeah,
she had to write... Psychotic. And it was like in the middle of a field. She had to wear like... Actually, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, now that I think about it, you might be right. It's a little bizarre. She had to like wear... She had to like hammer stuff. And so she was wearing like facial protection or whatever. And she wrote like... my job is what makes me interesting, which made me laugh because she was a high school principal. I was like, what? Like, what about that is interesting?
I mean, there's not that many of those.
It doesn't make it interesting.
There's probably 20 per city, you know?
What on earth could possibly be interesting about being a high school principal? No offense.
If I dated a girl as a high school principal, I'd be kind of interested. It'd be like, who do you expel?
I mean, all they do is like herd fields of cattle. They're just younger. Yeah. That's all it is. They're not even, it'd probably be a little more interesting to be a teacher because you have a little bit more, hands-on. You're with this. Hopefully, you're not.
PE coach is the coolest one.
Why?
Because you just don't do shit.
Oh.
I should be a fucking PE coach.
Yeah, you actually seem. You should be an assistant football coach.
No, I don't know shit about football.
Doesn't matter.
I want to be a wrestling coach. I don't know shit about wrestling.
Yeah. So John really wants to just be in the Foxcatcher. Mm-hmm. That's what he really wants.
Was that guy gay?
We think so. The DuPont.
Yeah.
Yeah, Senior DuPont. I think so. I think so, definitely.
Anyway,
but yeah,
sorry.
So she was just saying that like her job is what makes her interesting. Like she's overweight. It's too late for her to have kids. She's like getting up there. She like wrote all these things and she had like a breakdown. And like never at any point did they say that like the way to remedy one of these problems, right, is to lose weight. Like that is where except Tan, you can tell always wants to tell them because he's dressing them, right?
Tan seems like the bitchiest one out of all of them.
Totally deep down. And but I respect it because he's like, he understands.
He's very sweet.
He understands how to dress people. He understands how to make them look, what is it? Like pull in at
Is he still doing the fucking French tuck?
I don't love the French tuck.
He's always doing the fucking French tuck.
And there's a few shoe choices I don't like, but I don't fault him for that. Overall, he knows how to make people look good. And he was just kind of telling her like, okay, the things that you're insecure about, like we can cover that up. But like, then it's like, I don't want to say it falls on Anthony because Anthony teaches them how to cook and stuff. Like someone should step in at some point. There should be one of them that's like, Karamo shouldn't be a life coach. He should be a nutritionist.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Or like a trainer,
I can
teach them how to work out. That's such an essential part of life.
Yeah, nutrition's way more than just like making a poke bowl.
100%. But who wants to watch that on TV?
It's a lifestyle change. You have to be like, okay.
Well, but this whole show is a lifestyle change, isn't it? In some way. So there should at least be like an element where it's like, okay, so here's your goal. You want to lose, 20 pounds, whatever. Let's set some realistic goals that you can actually meet. And then maybe you can have that child and you can go on that date and you can, hey, by the way, here's the great benefit of it. Like feel good about yourself.
How old was she?
I think she was pushing 40 or something.
I hope she froze her eggs.
Whatever. She could adopt. There's options. But the point is that like, her drawer was like filled with rom-coms. And so I like had this instinct to hate her. But then you know what she did? What? She was so cool. She gave them all personalized gifts at the end, like really personalized. And she had like
what a gal.
And she had like a wonderful vocabulary. And I was like, I really misjudged this woman.
Women are so sweet.
Yeah.
Women are just the sweetest little angels.
Thank you.
They do shit
so
like
much.
that. I'm not except you.
I'm always the outlier in any charitable thing John says about women.
Except Ida.
Yeah.
I'd never do any of that for anybody. I want to make a personalized gift.
It was really sweet. It was extremely sweet.
People would think my personalized gift would be sweet because it'd be so retarded.
Yeah,
it'd be like macaroni art or something. People would be like, "Aw."
That would be very sweet.
If you would be concerned if I made you macaroni art.
I like gifts where I choose them.
I'm actually very good at giving gifts.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you really are. I bet you really are. Yeah. This is a great gift. My Gator Light. This is honestly.
Well, my whole life is just small gifts, so I don't have to get you guys anything for your birthdays.
That's great. That's all I want is this. It's so good.
Here's
it's
the deal, guys.
Minerals.
Here's the deal, guys. And this is all flashback to this is how my grandpa did everything. If you're going somewhere and you're stopping somewhere and you're meeting people and you're going somewhere, ask them if they want anything.
It's a nice thing to do.
It's the best thing you could possibly do. It's a nice
gesture, and it wins you so many points.
It wins you points because people, you know what? It's just anytime someone sees you, they get a little gift. If we meet up, if you're going somewhere and you're meeting people, and this is my every time we go on a fishing trip, you bring donuts.
Bringing donuts is such a lovely thing to do.
Bring donuts anytime.
But you gotta. I don't like this whole like assortment thing though. You gotta get mostly glazed. You kind of gotta get mostly glazed.
Well, that's why you're
maybe
Krispy Kreme.
I'm not a
Krispy Kreme person.
No, I like Krispy Kreme, but I've only been twice. I like the locally owned Cambodian
every donut
shops.
At Krispy Kreme's glazed. That's like even the chocolate donuts. Like, is this glazed?
It's different though. It's Krispy Kreme glazed. It's not Cambodian yeast donut. They're different.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Those will fuck me up more than anything.
Everything fucks you up. Anything you put in your body fucks you up.
I'm actually my diet's
John's
clean
like,
as
dude, I
fuck
had
right
a
now.
glass of water earlier and I was shitting for hours.
my diet's clean as fuck right now. I've got a sick ass diet.
Good for you. What about what's the sauce you put in your eggs every morning? The Laugama?
Laugama. That's a lot of seed oils. You got to be careful with that. You use a tablespoon of that
what
stuff.
the fuck? That's not good.
But I found another. It's called like Uncle Something's chili flake, and it's more like garlic. It's more garlicky.
Never get any seasoning with Uncle in the title.
No, that's a lie. Here's the Chinese.
There's always MSG or something in it.
MSG's fine. MSG is just
okay.
glutamate bound to sodium. There's nothing in MSG.
You've looked into it.
Yes, MSG is just glutamate that they've drawn from seaweed, and then they have to bind it to something, so they bind it to sodium. There's nothing in MSG that'll fuck you up. You just don't use it. The only thing that'll fuck you up in MSG is the fucking amount of sodium. And if you're like, I'll be real with you, I did a low sodium diet for like 2 weeks, felt great. All of us should lower our sodium content.
I don't understand what the problem is with sodium. It just bloats you slightly. It's just water weight.
You're
it's not
retaining
actual
water
fat.
No, there's nothing wrong with sodium, but like if you're, I felt like I was more hydrated without it. I don't know.
Maybe so, but you need salt to be hydrated.
Well, I'm telling you right now, most of us are probably having daily, like our twice what we should be having daily.
Perhaps.
I sent you the last like 3 things I've eaten. I cooked myself.
Those looked good.
Yeah, I'm becoming the master of rice and protein.
What did I call you? CDC, and then you like thought I was comparing you to like the
Center of Disease Control.
Yeah, it's like a chef de cuisine.
Chef de cuisine.
Well, hold on. We should show them this. We should show them this.
Yeah, show them this.
I'm sure you're right about MSG.
Yeah.
Can I show this, like the theme song? Are they going to flag me for that?
If they flag you,
By the way, if they make us blur anything from any of this shit, I'm just going to upload it onto Patreon for free or something. I don't know.
I liked Carson Kressley.
Yeah, Carson was cool as fuck.
This guy was a fucking...
He was cool too. They're
all of them are just
look
twinks.
at the sass. Look at the swag.
Well, they're all twinks.
No, they're not.
Look at them all. They're twinks.
Maybe. I love that gay street, straight street.
Yeah. This all took place in New York too, right?
As it should.
Yeah.
But how do you really remodel an apartment in New York that's like a box?
This early 2000s, everything
So
was chrome,
good.
light wood.
Everything was so cool. It was just so cool.
All I know when I see 2002, 1999, late 90s, like 1998 to like 2004, all I think of is light colored wood with chrome fixtures.
Okay.
Sleek chrome fixtures.
I'm not thinking
frosted
of anything
glass.
in particular.
I think of interior. I think of architecture.
We're not remembering
design.
the really awful ones, which is the Tuscan style interior decoration, which I just
my mother was all over that shit.
I
The Tuscan.
I hated those drapes, those awful drapes.
Oh yeah, a lot of Tuscan ceramics.
A lot of Persians fell victim to that aesthetic as well.
Let's see, early 2000s.
This is cool though because what network was it on? It was on Bravo. Yeah, so I imagine they're litigious. Otherwise, I would show some of it, but. It's
I'm trying to
John's?
find you an example of what I'm talking about.
I could just show like a little clip.
boy
Like, are they
John.
gonna kill me if I show like a little clip of old Queer Eye? I mean, could we get away with it? Could we get away with it, folks? I don't know. Is Bravo litigious? I imagine they are. Let's say I want to stream Queer Eye for the straight guy. And by the way, my reboot is Queer Eye for the mean guy.
Queer Eye for the mean guy?
Yeah, because I think that's what the show should be, frankly. Like, I really do. Streaming. Like, how would I stream it? Oh, you have to buy it on Amazon for $1.99. Yes, I imagine they're not going to let us.
Let's see, modern kitchen
Maybe if I
design.
just, like, play and, like, pause. If you play and pause, they'll let you sometimes. sometimes. Come on.
Golly, where's it? I need to show you these cabinetry. The cabinetry. I'm done. Oh, here we go.
John's coming out right now.
Here we go. This is it. It's
like, I need to show you
this is
cabinetry.
it. This is the example. Oh, fuck. That's the example. Early 2000s. Yes. That colored wood.
How do I look that up
with
for
the fucking stainless steel.
That is the
and the dark granite countertops.
What is it?
Look up early 2000s kitchen design. The fucking what is this? Viking appliances. The stainless steel everything.
Where is it?
Sorry. No, you do it. There's that fake Tuscan right there.
Hate the Tuscan. Hate it so much. God, it's horrific. Really, it was like a plague to the suburbs. That Tuscan.
There it is. This is not the exact picture we have, but
the one you have is much better.
It's much better. It's much sleeker. What I have.
Yeah. Yours is like the modern gay version.
That's very similar. Here we go. Do you see what we're talking about?
Extremely boring.
You see what we're talking about?
Actually,
that's pretty
awful.
Fucking awful.
Just awful.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. That's the actual picture.
Yeah, that's the actual picture we were looking at.
Oh, fuck, not that one, dickhead.
Just zoom in on it. Google Images doesn't work.
Oh, it's like giving me like. Let me see this.
There we go. No.
Okay, no, here it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here in this. Here we are. That's the picture.
And they keep changing it.
Why does it keep flipping back and forth?
We're both like dealing with sinus infections, so
yeah. So look at these awful light fixtures they have here. Look at that. God awful.
Grotesque.
Horrible chairs.
Grotesque. This is what they used to do in the real world. They would put you in such a aesthetically jarring environment. It would just be like an array of colors that were not pleasing to the eye, but because you're like 20, you don't notice. You have no taste for anything.
Yeah.
And it would just be like the Stanford prison experiments where they would just put like 8 people in rooms together. There'd be like no doors. Sometimes you'd be like, there's no doors. Like there's no way to have any privacy. And of course the people that are on the show don't think anything of it. They just think like, whatever, this is the way it is. But, it was kind of devoid of all, it's just not the way any dignified person would want to live.
Do yourself a favor and just develop a sense of taste.
Yeah. Absolutely. You don't need to have money to have taste. No. And that's a big
matter of fact,
misconception.
not having money it could be a force multiplier in having taste.
Absolutely.
And knowing what to buy.
Yes.
This is the gayest I'm going to get. You know what the gayest thing I ever heard in my life?
Bring it.
Sometimes expensive things are worse. Sometimes expensive things are worse.
Oh, totally.
Yep.
No, totally.
And but sometimes the worst thing's the better thing to have.
Yeah. Well,
and
gay people like to delude themselves, or I'm sorry, not gay people. Excuse me, rich people.
Rich people.
Freudian slip, because gays are mentally rich.
Yes.
Which is a good thing. Rich people don't have. They want to be scammed. They want to pay too much for an item that isn't worth it. They want things that are made to break. They want to be sold something. The same way that when I worked at a restaurant, I would just lie to these people about the wine that they were drinking, and they would love it.
Oh, you tell someone something's good, they're going to believe you.
Love it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times there'd be some people, I'd bring a glass of wine to them. Like wine by the glass, and it's like a $17 glass of wine. They'd be like, "Can I get the duck-horn Cabernet?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." I'll bring him a glass of the duck-horn, very expensive glass of wine, and the knuckle popping. Oh my God! I hear knuckles popping. I skin crawls. So I'd bring him a glass of their Cabernet, and then they'd be like, "This tastes a little like it's been open for a while. Like it's been
people who love
it's been open." I'm like, this is a really high volume restaurant. I can tell you that we've opened this in the last 45 minutes. You're not the only one ordering this. You dumb bitch. No offense.
Shut the fuck up.
People
do that to me. People do that to me. Like they think I'm sitting on a house Sauvignon Blanc that's been open for 3 days.
Right.
And
it's like, bitch, please. Yeah. Do you know how many people come through here? Yeah.
People love Sauvignon Blanc, you dumb bitch.
But you have to delude their narcissistic fantasies. Like you have to go along with the delusion, right? So this is how you make money and keep your job. And
this is how you make a tip, yeah.
Right. And so I would say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me go change that out for you." Of course I'm like cursing your name as I leave the table. And then I bring another one back from the same bottle, same exact thing. And I'm like, "We opened a fresh bottle for you." She's like, I was, and then I come back and I'm like, how's the wine? She's like, oh, it's perfect. Oh,
people
it's
are
great.
so dumb. Wine people
awesome.
are fucking assholes.
If you haven't seen Sideways, I highly recommend you see Sideways. It's a really great out. You've seen Sideways, right?
No.
Oh, Sean, you'd love it.
What's
I
it
have
about?
it on DVD. It's about a wine. Paul Giamatti plays like a wine snob. It's an Alexander Payne movie from.
I don't watch Paul Giamatti. I only watch Giovanni Ribisi.
Okay, sorry. There's also Thomas Hayden Church and Virginia Madsen and Sandra Oh. Very, very funny movie. And Alexander Payne's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I think he's incredible. But this movie is just it's so fucking funny. It's so perfect. It really gets the spirit of these fake wine connoisseurs. And there's a documentary called Sour Grapes about how you could just pump fake bottles of wine and nobody will notice. It's the same thing as the art world. It's all for rich people that have like nothing better to do with their disposable income other than to delude themselves into thinking that they're getting like a high value product when really they just want to be served something. And it's the same thing as a Cheers theme song. You just want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name. That's all you really want. All these people, I had these regulars and they were incredible. They would come sit with me every single Friday night, every single Saturday night, and I was very flattered that they were sitting with me, but I'm like, if I had that money, like T. Boone Pickens would come in. He was at the restaurant more than I was. He was there like 4 times a week. He was a literal billionaire who was like an advisor to Barack Obama on like windmills or some shit. I don't know. He was a fraud and he was an asshole. And he always tried to skip the bill. A billionaire always tried to skip the bill.
That's how they stay billionaires.
R.I.P. Rest in peace. But he's dead now, so whatever. And he was old. He was embroiled in lawsuits with his children. It was like that. It was, and he also wrote a book called The First Billion's the Hardest, and he never had a net farther than 1 billion. So whatever. But and he would always make you count the change. A billionaire that made you count the change for him. It was really incredible. One time his wife, who was lovely, and she was married to several rich people before him, and she was rich herself. Very sweet woman. She would always get like a glass of the Selby Merlot, I think it was. And then one time she actually changed it to the Duckhorn, which was like a few dollars more. It's a $20 glass of wine versus the, $15, $16
$20 for a glass of wine.
Yeah, whatever. So it's an expensive restaurant. Yeah. And so, she changed her glass of wine. They're billionaires. I mean, they're literal billionaires. And he was like, oh, how much is that one? And I was like astonished. I was like, is he really asking the price of a glass of wine right now? Mm-hmm. He's got $1 billion fucking dollars. And she was just horrified. Like, she just went pale that he was asking me this. And I was like, that one's $20 a glass. And then he's like, oh, that's a few dollars more than the one you usually get, or something to that effect. And she was just like, she was understandably in shock that he would even mention the price given the amount of money this man has. But you can't make a rich person classy. That's my point.
Well, you always, as a man, you always got to be like, you act like it's no sweat off your back no matter what.
Right.
One of the most baller things I ever heard, it was at the bar the other day. This guy gets a call from his wife and she's concerned about something.
Yeah.
And all I hear is him on the phone go, baby, don't worry about it. Just get the money out of the safe.
Amazing.
Just get the money out of the safe, pay cash.
Attractive.
It'll be okay. And I was like, she's on the other end of that line just going, oh, thank God I have this guy.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of
She's putting a towel down.
He hangs up, exactly. She's putting a towel down. Yeah. She's hanging up the phone, and he looks at me and he goes, I got $3,000 in the safe for spending money. I got $5,000 for emergencies at all
That's so
times.
romantic and lovely.
Yeah, and I was like, I want that. And I was like, what else you got in the safe? He's like, guns and fucking gold. Silver. Yeah. He's got silver, cash, and guns in the safe. And he's calling his wife going, baby, don't worry about it. Get the money out of the safe.
And since then, John has assumed this man's identity.
You've
stolen his identity.
I'm going to have a safe. And anytime my chick calls me worried about anything, I'm just going to go, baby, get the money out of the safe. That's hot.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's hot. Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I stole it from this bar regular, but it is now ours. Yeah. But that to me, I remember like sitting there just thinking like, this is unbelievable. And people, all the restaurant guests, they all knew each other, right? So there was like a beer distributor, a wonderful man, incredible man, extremely wealthy, not as wealthy as T. Boone, but would always put his card down, always buy people's bills. Like always. Herschel Walker used to come into the restaurant every single Sunday with his family. He'd bring his ex-wife and his current wife and their gay son, Christian Walker, who I used to talk to. So nice. The family was so nice. They would pay for people's bills. All the time. He could say that he's illiterate or right wing or whatever.
Become a staple of the community. That's
but he was a wonderful guy to wait on. You knew that when he was coming, you're getting like $100 tip at least. Like you're getting well compensated. And if anybody came up to him, any football fan, because he won the Eisman or whatever, like if any football fan came up to him, he was more than gracious. He would spend plenty of time talking to them, and then he would pay for that whole table's bill.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
T. Boone Pickens would literally say, okay, can you count 45 cents out with the change?
Insane.
Billionaire.
Most unattractive thing you could do.
And then people are like, well, you know how he became a billionaire. I'm like, it's not by counting change, you retard. People love saying that. They're like, that's how he accumulates wealth. I mean, there's a
Warren Buffett, he beats a billionaire because he buys McDonald's.
With his 25 cents that his wife gives him for his little lunch money. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like these people are like, anybody that believes that crap, it's like, you know, you deserve to be where you're at mentally, you know, or financially, I guess, if that's, you know, how far you can think.
That's the goal. My grandfather had polio. He made sure everyone was taken care of in the family, always.
Why'd you say that he has polio?
Because he didn't have his use of his fucking legs, man.
Oh, okay.
He was taking care of everybody without use of his fucking legs.
Mean you don't have use of your legs just because you have polio.
Well, a lot of people have it worse, but he couldn't walk, and everyone was still taking care of his pimp shit.
That's so mean. Can you imagine if he heard you? He was like, my grandpa was like...
if he heard me right now, he'd go, fuck yeah, right. I had no fucking use of my legs, and everyone was taken care of. Thank you. Yeah, well, still thinking about me.
I think it would be more, you know, it would be nicer to just say that he always made sure people... We're taking care of. You don't have to mention his disability.
He had a literal handicap. No, I'm mentioning his disability with well, he had a big ego like me, so he'd want me to fucking mention it.
No, if he has a big ego or a lot of pride, he'd want you not to mention it.
No, he would be like, make sure to mention that I couldn't fucking walk and I outdid everybody. That's what.
Okay.
That's what
I don't know that that's the same thing, but okay. Yeah. But you know, I don't know. I think that a lot of times having money is actually. Or that level of money can actually make you like. But then Mark Cuban would come in and he was incredible.
He looks so weird to me.
No, do not say a single ill word about Mark Cuban. He's one of the nicest people on planet Earth.
Okay, we get it.
He's a good-looking guy.
What are you fucking look at you just name dropping all fucking night. Relax.
I worked at a good restaurant. A lot of these cool people came. A lot of other people came in too that were not cool. But they were, you know, Mark Cuban was awesome. Dirk was awesome. Dirk came in all the time. Dallas Mavs play.
Diggler? Who's
Dirk Nowitzki? Dallas Mavs star. Most people know who that is.
Anyways, so
most people aren't gay, John. People know who Dirk is. You could just say Dirk, and people know who you're talking about.
Dirk. I've only known one Dirk my entire life.
The porn star from Boogie Nights.
No, my high school teacher.
Oh well, it's a good name. Yeah, I don't miss dealing with some of those billionaires that would come in. I don't miss their attitudes. T. Boone Pickens in particular. I don't want to speak ill of the dead. I really don't. But he was a prick. Like he was just a prick.
I don't see
his security guard was really nice, and his security guard would always have to sit like 3 tables away from him. Brian, he was lovely. Always ordered a salad. Paid for his own meal. You know, I'm sure he was
security guard paid for his own meal.
Paid for his own meal every single time. I'm sure that he was getting paid or whatever, compensated for it. But but T. Boone Pickens was literally in that restaurant more than I was. I was like, if I had $1 billion, you think I'd be in the same damn place every single fucking day? But they're creatures of habit. These people. That's kind of how you accumulate the wealth. You're a creature of habit and you're insane, and you get in legal battles with your children.
That's so crazy. How if you just get to a certain level of money, you have to have a security detail.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's like Texas oil money too.
I have a buddy whose father is very wealthy, and I remember we took a trip down to Mexico, and I was like, shit, my buddy's a genuine like kidnapping risk.
Totally.
Like I was. By the way, so are you?
Just for
Yeah, I was. No, not really. I
by association, I guess.
Oh, because I'm by him?
Yeah.
I mean, they would ice me. They would just fucking kill me. But, yeah, I was like, fuck. They can, like, get a lot of money out of this dude. And,
they have a gun to John's head, and he's like, I'm Giovanni Ribisi.
I go, I'm Giovanni Ribisi. I'm studying.
I'm a beloved actor in the United States.
Beloved actor Giovanni Ribisi. Please, ayúdame, tranquillo. I'm Giovanni Ribisi.
And you'd really believe it in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, that's the amazing thing about John is
Giovanni Ribisi. That's why Giovanni Ribisi.
He'd go right into him, and it would actually spook the people about to kill him and be like, okay, I'm sorry.
What's crazy is I look like a light-skinned Italian guy. It makes no sense to me.
You don't look like a light-skinned Italian guy.
Giovanni Ribisi's light-skinned Italian. He
doesn't even look like a light-skinned Italian guy.
He's blonde.
So you could have a blonde person in Italy. It's not unheard of.
He's light-skinned Italian. He's like a northerner.
You're like, Giovanni Ribisi looks like me.
Yeah. But I was like shit like that. And
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are at a serious risk if you.
You gotta have a guy with a gun next to you at all times.
You have to have a guy named Brian on your payroll who gets a club salad and is so much nicer than you.
Is he jacked?
You know, not really. Not really. Nice guy, quiet guy.
Yeah.
Really quiet.
Well, that's how they.
I guess you're supposed to be. I guess you're supposed to. You know, Corey Feldman would come in all the time, and he would like all the time.
Oh, sicko, Corey Feldman.
And he didn't even live in Dallas. He's not a sicko. Is he? What did he do?
Corey Feldman.
What did he do?
He's a. I mean, he's not a sicko, but Charlie Sheen was a fucking sicko.
Okay, but aren't they different people?
Charlie Sheen was the one who raped Corey Feldman.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, Charlie Sheen raped Corey Feldman.
Is this
Corey
true?
Feldman
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You didn't know about this? You got to watch that hidden Open Secret documentary or some shit.
I'm looking into it.
Charlie Sheen raped, and who was the guy who killed himself? Is Corey Feldman's friend?
The other Corey.
Yeah, he raped the brothers.
Allegedly.
And Corey Feldman, I think, said that his brother killed himself because he was raped by Charlie Sheen.
Well, I was just gonna say that he was vegan and like he always ate the spinach dip, and
Charlie Sheen
nobody
also
told
has
him
HIV.
there was chicken stock in the spinach dip. Jesus.
Yeah, and that was that Charlie Sheen had HIV. It wasn't confirmed till like a few years, I think like 2016 or 2017, but it
yeah, I remember he had his HIV doctor on TV.
Yeah, during
and then a friend of mine hired.
Do you remember when Sony was hacked by the Chinese? All those emails got leaked in 2014.
No.
There was a huge leak of Sony internal emails, and apparently, if you comb through those emails, they were talking about Charlie Sheen's HIV, and people were like, "Oh, we knew about it for years," and nobody.
It's like not a big deal anymore to have HIV, right? It's like not.
No, if you're Charlie Sheen, no, but if
you're
you're out
anybody,
there,
right?
if you're out there fucking everybody,
it's not going to kill you anymore. It's not that kind of thing anymore. It's not the 80s.
No, but like I mean, like you have to have a doctor and shit taking care of you.
Yeah, of course.
But you know. You're hanging out Bryan Singer. You're fucking a bunch of these sickos.
So Corey Feldman named names in his new documentary, My Truth, The Rape of Two Corys.
The rape. It's like the Tale of Two Cities.
Documentary, dude.
The sequel to A Tale of Two Cities, The Rape of Two Corys.
The Rape of Two Corys. Let's put this up there. This is from Entertainment Weekly. It says, in his new documentary, My Truth, The Rape of Two Corys, which debuted on Monday night at a screening in Los Angeles, Feldman listed the men who, he says, sexually assaulted him and his friend Corey Haim, I don't know, when they were child stars. Among them, Feldman alleged Haim and set actor Charlie Sheen raped him while making the 1986 film Lucas. Jesus.
Yeah.
Bro.
So this, I believe
These sick, twisted, and outlandish allegations never occurred, period, Sheen said in a statement provided to TW. And Sheen is really likable. He's a likable guy.
Fucking no, he's not. He's a psychopath.
I know, but he's has
doing
like a charm.
Crank. Of course he's fucking kids.
He has, that's not necessarily true.
He's doing Crank as a, you know what, dudes, if you're at a certain socioeconomic level and you're doing meth, you know why you're doing meth? So you could fuck longer. And that's the only reason you do meth. And this guy's fucking kids. I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it.
Allegedly.
Alleged. No,
These people
fucking
have
allegedly.
Lawyers. These people have lawyers.
Are they going to come after me?
They're going to come after me.
Or are they going to come after the item?
Yeah. People get sued, you know, for saying things. No one's going to watch this, so it doesn't matter. But
Corey went out and, well, apparently he live streamed this like premiere or some shit, and they really wanted to shut it down.
Well, I can't wait to see The Rape of Two Corys. I just can't wait to watch that.
I believe his allegations.
I mean, this one, oh my God, he keeps going. He goes, this wasn't like a one-time thing he said in passing. It wasn't like, oh, by the way, this happened. He went into great detail, a crying Feldman said in the documentary about Haim, who died from pneumonia in 2010. Why are celebrities dropping dead from pneumonia? It's very odd. He told me Charlie bent me over in between two trailers and put Crisco oil on my butt and raped me in broad daylight. Oh my God. Anybody could have walked by. Anybody could have seen it. Okay, it is crazy to make that up.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy to make that up. I might change my mind.
Yeah.
But, whoa. It says he was 13 and Sheen was 19?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Several other people featured in the documentary also claimed either Haim directly told them he had been abused by Sheen as a child or they had heard word of it from others years later. He shared with me on the set of Lucas that he was raped as a little boy. Jesus, dude.
It's extremely dark. You should watch the Open Secret documentary. It's really fucking good.
What is this?
It goes into, like, there's this manager in Hollywood. He's like managed
Dan Schneider?
No, not Dan Schneider.
Kidding. Actually, I heard that if you say his name on YouTube, you get blocked or banned or like shadow banned?
Stan Smiter. Stan Smiter, who's obsessed with feet. So basically there's this, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio's first manager, Tobey Maguire's first manager, all these guys. This guy, he's like one of the most powerful child managers in fucking Hollywood. And they're interviewing
Macaulay
him.
Culkin or something?
They're interviewing him, and he's admitting to like sleeping with these fucking kids, and it's like friends. They would like sleep in the same bed and shit. And you know, it's like you just give these parents, they just give their kids over to these fucking people.
Jesus
I don't think
Christ.
it's as common nowadays, but like there is a litany of fucking actors that were child actors that are just abused in Hollywood, and the abuse just continues. And the documentary is very good.
It's called what?
I think it's called Open Secret. You can probably play the trailer.
Yeah, let's see.
I think it's called Open Secret. I watch it. It's very hard to watch. I remember when I watched it, it was I think I had to pirate it. It was a really.
I got through Who Took Johnny, so.
Look up Open Secret documentary.
This is the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Full screen though. Yeah.
I think every little kid dreams about being famous and being in movies.
This is California. This is where you make it. This is where it all starts.
You'll get signed by a label. You can star on Disney Channel.
Bro.
You know, what kid wouldn't want that, right?
Yeah, this poor guy.
Vesuvio Entertainment?
I remember you asked
from The Sopranos.
me if I ever did anything with the guy before. I was not interested at 12.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, this episode took a really dark turn.
Hey.
Hollywood
Fuck
doesn't
these
have
people.
any system in place to protect anybody, and children are way down on that list.
Children need management just like
That's the
everybody
guy.
else.
Walk like an angel.
Everybody liked him.
He became part of the family.
In the beginning, it was happy, and then things started changing.
You talk like an angel.
They pick on people who they know.
They have chosen worse music.
Who's manipulating the child.
Fake Imagine Dragons song.
Yeah, what?
That had never happened before. It was obvious that something was going on.
You fool me.
The party made me feel uncomfortable. There were lots of drugs available, and there were young teenagers.
Just the Bryan Singer parties.
Scared.
He just told me this is what you have to do.
Literally Bryan Singer's parties.
Bryan Singer had a fuck house in Hollywood for kids, basically, and he'd invite everybody over. They'd have jacuzzis and pools.
Allegedly.
No, the fuck Bryan Singer.
Okay, I'm not.
He's been canceled. All these guys have been canceled.
Okay, fine. I don't want to.
Allegedly.
A lot of these completely denied that.
I don't know.
Clearly, the studio didn't want
I don't know anything about this.
I know all of them.
It's actually wild that you do.
Yeah, you gotta know who's on your fucking hit list. It's on site with Bryan Singer. If I see that that
God.
juicy-lipped cocksucker walking down Sunset Boulevard,
We're absolutely talking about the tip of an iceberg.
It's on site.
it's on site with Bryan Singer. These kids have a cat peeler out there, and his name's John Knopf. That fucking
It's
kid.
on site. Just hear the Kanye
Yeah.
song playing from YouTube.
Yeah, it's on site. I'm gonna fucking dude. These guys.
It's on site.
It's fucking on site with Bryan Singer. I got it
No,
on site.
listen. It sounds really. Have you seen Who Took Johnny?
No, I really want to. I've listened to the. You know what's funny about that? It's the Franklin.
Tim
Credit
showed me
Union.
that. It was fucking insane.
You know, it's if you really the Sword and Scale episode about that, which is I think one of the
What is
only.
that?
It's a very good true crime podcast, and
Oh,
it's
boy.
very cut. It's so funny because I was.
What
I
is it
started
called?
Sword and Scale. I was about justice, and I remember.
Okay.
You know, the Sword and the Scale. I was listening to Sword and Scale because I was an Uber driver, and I remember like I was listening.
You were
to, like,
listening to
episode
so
one.
many podcasts.
That was
back then.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was listening to episode 1 of Sword and Scale, and I get to like, you know, I'm listening through the whole thing, and they have these really fascinating murders on it. They had this one that was really insane. It was about the dangers of schizophrenia, basically. It was this father in Canada, and he, within a week, had a schizophrenic breakdown and killed his whole family. He went from completely sane in his early 20s to within a week.
A week? Or is that just like
Within
something
a
he's saying?
week. No.
to
He
get
was completely sane, and then schizophrenia hit him.
out of nowhere.
Out of fucking nowhere. And all of a sudden he's sending letters to
Can
his...
you prove this?
Yeah, it was just saying like basically
Or he
schizophrenia
could
can come
be a
on
great actor.
because a lot of mental illnesses manifest in your early 20s. That's why college is so
Early
tough for
20s
people.
or
late teens, early 20s. So like it's schizophrenia, it was like
But just
basically
immediately, like out of just
in this case
it'll
it was
go
immediately
full throttle.
full throttle immediately. Like this psychiatrist is like, you know, in a week he's like sending letters to his like, you know, family demanding that they like take tests of his semen and shit and saying he's like Jesus, and then he kills his whole family with a hunting rifle. Like it was crazy. But anyway, so I go past all these episodes, and then
It was like a special 2-part episode, and it's like demonic, fucking satanic pedophile ring, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is way up my alley, but this is not Sword and Scale. I was like, this is not the usual Sword and Scale episode, and I'm listening to it, and it blew my fucking mind.
Okay.
It was about John. What's his name?
Podesta?
No, Johnny. Who took Johnny?
Oh, I can't remember his last name.
The Franklin Credit Union scandal. It's about the I forget the group. It was called like the Searchers or the Finders. It was this group that would just basically kidnap kids in the 80s, and because the kid when Johnny was taken.
Johnny Ghosh.
Johnny Ghosh.
Yeah.
When Johnny Ghosh was taken, he was on a newspaper route. So this kid got kidnapped. This kid got kidnapped, disappeared.
Insane documentary if you haven't seen it.
His mother said he would come back every once in a while to visit her after he'd been kidnapped, and he would basically say that he had been taken by a group of men and abused. And when he was taken, he was on a paper route. Do you remember this at all?
I do, but I don't know if we should talk about it because isn't it one of those things where they should it be Patreon that we talk about that? I don't know. But what are they saying?
No, it's on Sword and Scale.
If it's on Sword and Scale.
It's on Sword and Scale.
If it's on Sword and Scale,
we'll dive into it more on the Patreon. We should hit the Patreon soon anyways.
We'll really dive into it.
Real quick, if you want to. So basically, this kid was on the news. He was a newspaper boy, but the week before or a couple days before,
don't give away the whole documentary.
Not giving away the whole documentary. Subscribe to the Patreon. Anyway, so before he was taken, men were driving past. A kid saw men in a car with a telephoto lens taking photos of him.
Yes.
Days before he was taken. Very creepy.
And this is on Sword and Scale?
It's on Sword and Scale. And the thing is there's I don't know if it's called the Finders or Searchers, but if you look into Freedom of Information Act, they had a FOIA request on what this group was allegedly called, and the FBI was aware of this group that was operating within the United States that was kidnapping kids on a very they were very professional.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you can draw your conclusions from that. Where you may. Yeah.
Who they were doing it for.
Right.
Franklin Credit Union, that was all Republicans.
Allegedly.
No, it was found.
I have no idea what this man's talking about, okay? I don't know.
Welcome.
Listen, I do, and I agree with everything you're saying.
Live in nature.
Yeah, find God.
Buy a compound.
But Who Took Johnny was an insane documentary. And have you ever pretended to be Johnny in your mind?
No.
Given your names?
Yeah. No, but I remember there's a Stephen King book that had a main character named John, and when he died, I cried.
There was something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. You know what? There was one podcast you showed me before we get out of here that I will never forget. You had just gotten back from Michigan, and you showed me a documentary or like a podcast with video of people disappearing out of nowhere, just out of thin air. There was somebody, like a ghost type of situation where...
Jog my memory
like
more.
There was like a girl, they were on a date, and this girl was like an actor or something, and she got swapped out by some other girl.
Oh, this is it wasn't a disappearing
so
thing.
Creepy. It was so insane what you showed me.
A great podcast. It's called Radio Rental.
Rental, that's right.
That wasn't what you think it is. That was basically and it's not usual. It's not usual where men are drugged, and I mean men have been roofied in bars, but they interviewed a guy. He was at a bar, and this woman was just buying him drinks all night. She had really vibrant red hair, and he said he was wasted, and halfway through the night, a girl came out with the same red hair, insisted she was that girl, and he was like, I was just too drunk to give a shit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She drives him. She goes, hey, let's go home together. They go to a gas station. She gets him a bottle of Hennessy, and she's telling him, drink more and more and more. And he's going, I don't really want to drink that much. She takes him to a building. He goes inside. He's like, hey, I need to use the restroom. While he's in the restroom, he hears a man's voice in the house, and he breaks out through the window. But then he finds out that it was an Airbnb that was it was like an abandoned house she took him to. And he's like, what the fuck would have happened if I stayed there, So.
Well, what happened?
You probably would have gotten mugged or killed.
Jesus.
Or violently mugged. Yeah, you when Joey was in Vegas last, he had a air tag put on him.
A what?
An air tag.
The hell is that?
It's a tracking device.
This is why I don't want to go to Vegas. I've never been to Vegas.
I don't really like Vegas too much. Vegas as well, but Joey found an air tag on his body. When he went back to some random person probably saw Joey, saw that he was drunk, and then instead of pickpocketing him, stuck an air tag in his pocket so they know where he's sleeping at night.
So they can go steal his shit.
Well, you have a couple girls go to his door and knock on the door, and then you're a wasted dude. You're like, oh, fuck. And then you have a guy with a gun come in.
So this is a lucrative business idea.
Yeah, they know he's drunk. They know he's wasted. You just have women come out, and that's why you always got to be on your toes. The wonderful thing is if
I did this,
there's a great video of me in New Orleans with Dev, and we're very wasted. We could have been taken advantage of at any time.
Okay.
And we're with a man named Chicago, and he's taking us all these places.
What?
And Chicago knows we're wasted, and he could have easily taken advantage of us. But the entire time, I kept looking at Chicago and going, "So when are you going to rob us?"
That's fair.
He knew I was onto him. He knew I was onto him, and he knew I was onto him, and it's because I'm a street smart city boy.
Or he was completely harmless, and you're so wasted that you came up with this brilliant fantasy of like somebody, mugging you.
No, if you're a man and somebody's being too friendly and you're wasted, you just keep looking at him going, "So when are you going to rob us, cocksucker?"
His name was Chicago.
His name was Devin. Found out his real name, kept asking me to call him by his real name. I kept calling him Chicago.
Anyway, Chicago West is Kanye West's daughter. Very pretty. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna head over to the Patreon. We will talk more openly there about things.
Patreon's sick, dude.
It is sick. I love the Patreon episodes, actually. I feel very comfortable in the Patreon. It's like a room. It's like you go into another room, into another dimension, into another interplanetary.
It's like a liminal space we go into.
Yeah.
Where we can talk about whatever we want.
Whatever we want, whenever we want.
I just not being like, "Hey, we can hang me."
Yeah, I'm not hall monitoring my own podcast for the algorithm.
I just not putting my regulator down so I can fucking.
No, and by the way, I don't want to. You know what I mean? I'd love nothing more than to talk about Johnny Ghosh all day long.
Were you just following orders, Ida? Are you just following orders from Daddy YouTube, who we love so much?
Daddy YouTube, who we love so much. And I'm not following orders. I just don't want to be disrespectful to Daddy. I don't want Daddy to punish me later. Huh? Who?
Hitler.
Okay. Well,
that's my favorite. That was my favorite joke out of the Nice Guys. He goes, "You know who else is following orders? Hitler." And this guy looks
by the way, from who?
Exactly. That's the joke. Hitler was giving the orders. He wasn't following anybody's orders.
So yes, Susan from YouTube was actually just being told what to do by Hitler. Susan is no more, actually. That's why I feel comfortable even saying her name. Susan used to be Daddy. There's a new Daddy in town. We don't know what his name is, who's running YouTube. Somebody who we love and respect and admire, and I'm so grateful for, and we'll send a personalized gift to in the same vein as that Queer Eye contestant.
Look at this kick-ass sign.
Look at this.
Right? We're professionals.
So cool. How nice of him too, because it's such a nice sign, but it's like we're literally putting it in a basement. It's in a basement.
It'll be in a studio one day.
One day.
And then one day when all this is over and it's collecting dust somewhere, you know.
Jesus.
That's going to happen eventually.
Eventually we're all going to turn into dust, John.
This bad boy's built to last. This is a great piece of craftsmanship. It's going to
outlive us all.
Yeah, somebody on the newest season of Storage Wars. Yeah, right. In 2045.
In 300 years.
In 2045, that weird Jewish guy that's like a rockabilly Jew who rides his motorcycles and goes, "I think this thing's worth about $4,000. I looked up what the Ida Hour was. It's a famous podcast, and I'm going to sell it."
Yeah.
Somebody's going to take it to a Pawn Stars. Big Hoss is going to...
Dude, how do I watch Pawn Stars? I would love to see that show.
Pawn Stars sucks, dude.
Does it?
It's all fake.
What about Storage Wars? What are these shows?
Let's get to the Patreon.
All right, guys. We love you very much. If you'd like to continue listening to us, please come to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, please don't get taken in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
and
don't.
Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who you surround yourself with.
Situational awareness.
Yeah. Any and all sketchy men named Chicago, oust them. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. All right. Good night. Good luck.